Well, here's a little update on the Amphicat here. I did quite a few changes since the last time I took a video. Pretty much the finished product here. Just going to shut it off. I put my motor bracket on the back. I had to raise it up a little bit. Worked out quite well. It goes good in the water. I put the steel frame around the whole outside, so I ended up putting just a regular OMC gas can in the back. Put a T-fitting on it. It's hard to see with the lights here, but put a T-fitting on it so I can run to my outboard. Then I just take the gas can off the back. Made the hose long enough to sit it on the ground. I put a bungee cord here. I had to put a different engine in it, so I got my pull start right out the top here. My fan blows right out here. Hook that on the back. Trying to do a bunch of things at once here. I just hooked this in there, holds it up. I'm still waiting for my air breather, so I got just a bottle there so it doesn't suck up the clutch dust. But I put a Rotax 250 single. It was out of an old Tundra I had. I ended up making the engine mounts on the back, and then one on the front welded to the frame there. And I put a chunk of aluminum. I had to bend it at a weird angle so it didn't hit the carburetor. Mounted my power pack, CDI box, and the fuel pump on there with my little electric outboard fuel pump. Put a fuel filter in there, regulators down in there. I got a dry cell Odyssey 12-volt battery I chucked in there. Made some labels for it. It's been trial and error getting the clutches all set up, but I found there's a whole bunch of different adjustments on here. You had to have this little, if I can get in there, this little turnbuckle here has to be long enough so that when the brakes engage, it doesn't pull on here, because this engages the clutch, squeezes the plates together. So if this is long enough, rides this up, when the brakes are pulled on, that ends up in that groove. Your brakes are locked, but your clutches will still spin. And both sides had to be the same. The one that I had on there was busted off. It wasn't long enough, so I had to put a new one on. I had to make a new set of brake pads for that side. This side here were still pretty good. It's still jumping out of low gear, so I gotta take it apart again and find out what the problem is there. What else did I do? My key switches, my pump and my light switches there. I had to move the knobby tires that I got to the back because they were rubbing at the front. Put a nice size chain around it, make it a little bit smaller. I'm still looking for some tires for it. It's the same thing on that side. There's the front. I painted it somewhat Amphicat colors. I wasn't worried too much about getting it too pretty. I wanted everything to work good. I'm hoping this belt, it doesn't, it's nice and cool. The belt, I just took it for a good run. The belt still stays cool. It's actually working better than the CCW that was in it for not chewing the belt up, because all that chewing that's done on this belt was before with the original engine. still waiting for my longer throttle cable. This one's a little bit too short. I want to turn this around to the side and run it down here, because when it's out the front here, the hood pushes down on the whole carburetor. Or if I can get a different flange that comes out straight, it would even be better. But this is I have a 377 one, but this Tundra flange is a little bit bigger on this side. And I'm still waiting for my 60mm air breather doodad there. So that's about it.